and welcome to your 13th QB64 tutorial. And in this tutorial we will be developing our first video game in QB64. Now this video game will be using everything we've learned so far, including the randomized timer function. And we're actually going to be making two games. In this tutorial we'll be going over the very basic guess my number game, as pretty much everyone does. But in the next tutorial I'm going to be a little different, and I'm going to make a sweet slot machine game. And so that slot machine game will combine all the skills and teach you how to use those skills accordingly. But for now, let's just focus on the guess my number game. So we're going to have to declare some variables first. Now first of all, we're going to be making a game. It's going to have three difficulties: easy, normal, hard. And easy mode will create a number from 1 to 10, normal will do 1 to 100, and hard will do 1 to 1000. And the computer will randomly generate a number, and then the user's going to keep guessing until they get it right. And so we're going to have to declare the number for the computer to create. We're just going to call that random number as integer. And then we're going to have to give a user input, a number for the user to input, and so we'll declare that dim guess, we'll call it, as integer. And then every time the user guesses, we're going to count how many times the user guesses. That way we can say you guessed the right answer in X amount of time. So we're just going to dim counter as integer. And we're going to have to give an input for the user to select whether they want easy, normal, or hard. So since they'll be entering text, we're going to declare difficulty as string. And I believe that's it. Now if I forgot anything, then I can just go ahead and add it back up as time progresses. So very first thing, we're going to go ahead and print welcome to guess, oh, so many typos, my number. Okay, and now we're going to have the user select difficulty, so we're going to go ahead and input select a difficulty, and we're going to have easy, normal, hard, and we're going to save that as difficulty. Alright, and now we're going to get to the fun stuff. If difficulty equals easy, so if the user puts easy, then we're going to go ahead and randomize our timer. Randomize timer. And we're going to have, let's see, we have random number as integer up top, so we're going to do random number equals RND times, and it's going to be from 1 to 10, so 9 plus 1. And if you don't know what that means, then go back to the previous tutorial and I explain it very well. And so now that's over, we're going to just go ahead and end if, and that does it for difficulty as easy. And now if difficulty equals normal, then we're going to go ahead and randomize our timer. And then random number will equal RND, and we're going to have it equal from 1 to 100, I apologize. So RND times 99 plus 1, and if, and finally for the hard mode, if difficulty equals hard, then we're going to go ahead and randomize our timer. And then random number equals RND, and we're going to have 1 to 1000, so 999 plus 1. And then end if. So I'm just going to go over this code real quick. Here, let me scroll up. I'm just going to use the keyboard. So we declared our variables and we printed out welcome to guess my number. Now we're going to have the user input into this variable difficulty, and difficulty is going to store either easy, normal, or hard. which the user will enter. If difficulty equals easy, then the random number will be a number from 1 to 10. If it's normal, then the random number will be a number from 1 to 100. And if it's hard, the random number will equal a number from 1 to 1000. So now that we've got our difficulty, we're going to go ahead and print a blank line to make it look nice. And we're going to go ahead and input guess a number. And let me just see what variable I have for the guess. Okay, so it's just guess. And so when the user guesses a number, it's going to be saved in the variable guess. And so now we're going to have to get to the code where we have to have the computer determine whether it's higher or lower. So if guess is less than random number, then we're going to have the computer tell it that it is higher, or lower, because the guess will be okay, let me get my thoughts straight. I'm sorry. If the guess is lower than the random number, then the random number is higher than the guess. So we're going to have the computer print higher. And then end if. If guess is greater than random number, then it will print lower. And if. And finally, if guess is equal to random number, then print you win. Lots of exclamation points. And if. Now one thing I'm going to have to take care of before I forget, as you can see, I have my counter variable that will keep track of how many guesses the user's used. So every time the computer inputs, we're going to have counter equals counter plus 1. So in that case, instead of you win, we're going to go ahead and put you won in, and then we're going to end it right there. And then we're going to use a semicolon to separate the two, the string you won in, and then the variable counter. And then we're going to put guesses. Let me put that in all caps so it'll match. Okay, so what this does, it's going to print you won in, and it's going to take whatever counter equals, and then put guesses. So if counter equals 3, then it's going to put you won in 3 guesses. And that's that. I can go ahead and look over my code and make sure everything looks right. See an error. I misspelled difficulty. Sorry about that. So always remember, oh my gosh, I have all these typos. Difficulty. Okay, got it. So always remember, make sure you have no typos, because that will ruin your program. Alright, let me just go ahead and make this neater up here, actually, now that I think of it. But nice little colon. And now we can go ahead and run our program. So if we run our program, welcome to Guess My Number. Select the difficulty. We're going to go ahead and select easy, and guess a number. We're going to pick 5, lower, and then when we press enter, however, it ends the program immediately, and that's not what we want. We want the user to be able to guess over and over again. Simple solution, we're going to put do, if you remember the do loop from previous tutorials, do loop, and we're going to have this loop until guess equals random number. So we're going to keep looping this block of code until the user wins. So if we rerun this program, I'm going to select easy, guess a number, 5, lower, okay, 2, higher, 3, you won in 3 guesses. We can try this again. Easy. 6, higher, 9. you 1 and 2 guesses, so it keeps randomizing the integer, and we can try the different difficulties. We'll try normal. Guess a number 50, lower. 30, higher. 44, lower. Okay. 35, higher. 40, lower. 39, lower. 38, lower. 37, lower. It must be 36. You 1 and 9 guesses. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and test out the hard mode. This is going to take me a while. Okay, hard. Guess the number 500, lower. 250, lower. Oh my gosh, 200, lower. Alright, 100, lower. Okay, 40, lower. Okay, something's fishy. 0, you 1 and 6 guesses. We might have a bug in there, but we're just going to try it one more time. I might have done something wrong. Let's try hard again. Guess a number. 44. Lower. 0. Okay, something's wrong. I might have misspelled something here. What I did wrong here, I accidentally put an E right there. Stupid me. So, remember, typos mean a lot in your program. Don't mess it up. And the reason why I set it to 0 was because since I had the typo, random E number instead of random number automatically was set to 0. So if we run this again, and sorry about that, by the way, we have hard 500, lower 200, or I guess 222, lower. All right, 100, higher. That's more like it. 150. 175, 160, 155, 156, 157, 158. It's going to be 159, isn't it? Yep, 159. There we go, and you 1 in 11 guesses. And one more time, we're just going to test it out to make sure that this code works 100% well. Okay, hard, 500. Higher, good. 800, higher. 900, lower. 850, 825, 840, 830, 820. Well, that was stupid. I already had 825, but whatever. 828, 829. There we go. You 1 in 10 guesses. So this code works wonderfully, except what would happen if you gave an invalid difficulty? Well, we can try doing gibberish. Guess the number 9. And as you can see here, if you just click 0, the number is going to be automatically set to 0 no matter what you do. So we don't want our users breaking up our program, do we? So a simple way to fix this, we go into our input, select a difficulty, and we're going to have a do loop right here. And then we're going to have loop until difficulty equals easy or difficulty equals normal or difficulty equals hard. Alright, what'd I do wrong? Cannot convert blah 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 blah. And I misspelled difficulty again. This is embarrassing. There we go. Now that's much better. So, what this line of code will do, I'm going to put some space to make it look neat. And it's going to do, I set up a do loop, and we have the input select a difficulty. It's going to keep looping until difficulty equals easy, normal, or hard. Simple as that. So if we run our program, okay, so we can type in gibberish, and it's going to keep asking you, gibberish, blah, I hate you, and it keeps on doing it. So we have to select easy, normal, or hard. So we can select normal. It will work perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and end this off. And one last thing I want the user to be able to do is I want them to be able to have the option of playing again if they would like to play again. So in that case, we're going to put a huge do loop around everything. Do and we're going to have an input statement. Actually, first, let's declare a variable up at the top. Dim play again as string. And then we are going to have an input play again. And then we're going to save this input to play again. And so now we're going to loop until, actually let me make some modifications. We're going to have y/no telling the user yes or no. A nice little colon. Loop until play again equals no. And that's it. And so let's go ahead and run our program. Okay, so select a difficulty. Let's just go ahead and test the error detection, and it keeps on asking you. And so easy, 5, 7, 6. You won in 3 guesses. Play again. Yes. Welcome to guess my number. Select a difficulty. Easy again. Why not? 7. Whoa. We got an error right there. Number 1, I guessed it in 1 try. Secondly, it said you won in 4 guesses, which is not true. And so we're just going to go ahead and hit no, so we don't have to play again. And what happened was we forgot to reset our counter, because last time when we played the game, counter still equals 4 from when we last played. And that's not right. So when we start the program, we have to have counter equals 0. So counter, actually no, let's put it before the declaration. So before we even do anything, we're going to have counter equals, misspelled that, equals 0. And so if we go ahead and run our program, easy, 5, 3, 4, oh, I actually put 34, sorry. You won in 4 guesses. Okay, play again? Sure. Welcome to guess my number, select a difficulty, easy. Sure. Yeah, okay, 5, 8, 9. You won in 3 guesses. See, so it resets the guesses. Play again? No. And that's our program. And quick little thing, if you would like to clear the screen every time you loop through the program, type in this very simple code, CLS, and that means clear screen. Let me show you. So if we run our program, easy, guess a number, let's go 7, 3, 5, 6, you won 4 guesses. Play again, yes, and it clears the screen for you. So isn't that very nice? So let's just do hard just for the sake of the tutorial. 500, 250, 100, 150, 125, 130, 140, 145, 148, 149, 150. Ooh, I accidentally had a typo right here. 1,509. That's not right. 175, 160, 165. I'm getting aggravated. 167, 168. 169. Whoa, okay, 180, 170, 179, 175, God, 173, 174. There we go. 1 in 23 guesses. I probably did something wrong up there. One of you probably has to point it out in the comments. Play again? No. Okay, and so that is your tutorial on not only how to make a Guess My Number game, but how to make a Guess My Number game that runs well and looks awesome. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next episode we will be creating an awesome slot machine program which will have a money system, betting, and much more. So tune in for the next tutorial where we'll be learning even more about all the systems and how all the keywords, and it's going to be awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Zachary, and I bid you farewell.